Let's get to our storm coverage now. A historic series of storms has left scenes like the one on your screen in several parts of Northern California. Neighborhoods are flooded and people forced to evacuate.
And this morning, northbound 99 closed from Turner Road to Ocampo Road, all because of flooding. Right now, no estimated time of reopening.
And that's why we're bringing you team coverage. ABC 10's Bridget Fiorlo covering conditions in Ocampo, while Monica Coleman is looking into tax breaks for damage that comes along with the storms. But first, with your weather forecast, here's meteorologist Rob Karlmark. Rob, it's nice to see a dry morning. Will it stay that way for the morning commute?
You know, in California, it's rare to say we're happy for a dry day in the middle of winter, but we really need this. The water's got to come down. We've got more than enough for rain and snow recently. I'll talk about those updates later on. And we also need the water to come down for some of these major road closures because 99, 4, and 33 all closed right now due to flooding. So the waters are still high. Now, we've got more rain coming back tomorrow night, most likely after sunset, and then we're going to be dry the rest of this week and this upcoming weekend. Go figure, a dry weekend. It's been a long time since we've had one of those. We're going to have one this weekend. So this is what's going on. That area of low pressure that caused all the heavy drenching flooding rain, that's now Southern California and Arizona. So we're in a gap, but it's only going to last for one day. We've got rain and snow coming back tomorrow night. Temperatures have cooled off a lot. We're in the 30s this morning with the teens up high. So expect a cold morning. So for you and the kids, bundle up, but you will not need an umbrella. Any travel in the mountains because of recent snow, you've got chain controls everywhere, and some roads like 88, the Carson Spur, still closed right now due to snow. You got to check on those roads. We've got rain coming in, and the dry streak is not only this weekend, it goes into next week as well. We're going to warm up eventually to the low 50s, but that's a chilly day in my book. One storm in the pipeline, then we're going to be dry for a long time after that. A much needed break. Again, for rain and snow, we're in good shape. The biggest closure right now is a major one. This is 99 southbound and northbound, just north of Lodi. Let me tell you the problem here, folks. This is the McElmy River. You need to find a bridge to get across that. So I would say go across 12, then up 5. That's a long detour, but that's the one that we've got this morning. Also, 4 closed due to flooding just off to the east of Farmington. That's a big one as well. There's some alternates, but again, you got to get across that flooded area. And then 33, this is not I-5, this is 33 between Newman and 132, which is the main road between Modesto getting over to the 5 and then over to the Bay Area. This is closed due to flooding. So let's get back to the 99 issue. That storm yesterday was a hard hitter. It was quick moving, but it produced a lot of rain in a short amount of time. And now many people are dealing with the aftermath. So for more on that part of the story, let's talk to Bridget Fiorlo.
It's creating a big headache, Rob, for not only drivers, but residents as well. Take a look at these flooded neighborhoods we're looking at. Emergency officials say pumps had to be turned off at times in San Joaquin County because too much water was flowing onto Highway 99. Hundreds of people were forced to evacuate from a mobile home park near Ocampo last night after the road they were living on turned into a lake. Take a look at this video. The flooding so bad that it even spilled over to a nearby neighborhood. You can see these rows of cars driving through the floodwaters just to get out to safety. First responders on scene to help with the evacuation order, along with the National Guard. They were also called in to help. And this morning, those who had to leave say they don't know when they'll be able to return back home.
Scared. I'm just afraid that my car is going to get up to the point where it's going to do some damage, and that would be devastating for me. Wait and see. That's all I can do. It's a waiting game before I can go back in. So thank God I got family, though.
Just not knowing can be agonizing for so many. And for those who have nowhere to go right now, there is a shelter set up at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. And we're told at least a dozen people are staying there this morning. And if your home was damaged by flooding or fallen trees, there might be a silver lining in the form of tax breaks, right, Monica?
Yeah, Bridget, that's right. The worst of the storm seems to be behind us, but that does not mean the damage that was left behind no longer exists. So many Californians fell victim to Mother Nature's wrath, left to pick up the pieces. But tax expert Mark Stieber says victims may be able to find relief come tax season. California and a number of other states that were hit by unfortunate natural disasters may have more time to file their taxes depending on the city, the county, and whether it's a federally declared disaster. More benefits are also available. Stieber says if you have an economic loss, not something reimbursed by insurance, you have several different tax options on which you can use.
carry it back and get back last year's taxes, offset the current year taxes. You might have some extra time for filing your taxes or making estimated payments or paying payroll taxes. There's a lot of things that come into play if you're subjected to a natural disaster.
Most importantly, if you suffer true economic loss, you may have a big tax benefit that can help bring a silver lining in an otherwise really terrible situation. Check with your tax pro or check with the IRS website. They can tell you whether you qualify or don't qualify for extra time.
All right, it's good to know you have at least a plan B or another option here. In this case, a lot of people probably checking into this. Monica Coleman, thank you. Now, part of the damage these storms brought knocked down power lines. As a result, many of you were in the dark for hours, even days.
And that's what happened to a local grocery store in Davis. It had to figure out how to save thousands of pounds of food.
All right, the manager of Davis Food Co-op says they didn't have power for 5 days, and with food on the verge of spoiling, decided that instead of panicking, they'd take action.
The co-op called contacts at the Yolo Food Bank and UC Davis Pantry. Thankfully, they were able to donate more than $60,000 worth of food.
Coming out of this experience is really something that is going to encourage us to be even more prepared for something like this in the future.
Now, food insecurity is a year-round problem. If you'd like to donate, we have information on our website, abc10.com.
Meanwhile, more help is on the way after Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order that will help with the emergency response from these back-to-back storms. And it comes as California has a major disaster declaration and a presidential emergency declaration. These will help response and recovery efforts across our state.
And Sacramento County qualifies for that extra help. We've seen levee breaks and flooding in homes and neighborhoods. Now, keep in mind a tornado even touched down over the weekend. And to keep track of more changes in the weather, download the ABC 10 weather app. It is free and it will give you updated forecasts every hour.